All right. Yeah. Pleased with how we played tonight. Obviously, getting off to a great start, a 21-0 run, fueled by our defensive energy at the very beginning of the game. Very grateful to Blackburn for coming in and playing us. They played hard the entire game despite being down by a lot, and I thought our team played hard in spite of being up by a lot. And a lot of times, one of the things we focus on in these games is it's about us getting better right now. Basically, we use this like an exhibition game because we didn't get to play one. We couldn't find a matching date. So, we play the game during the regular season, and it counts in our schedule. But we get a chance to get everybody minutes and get a chance to work on some things. So, that's what we did. We changed defenses a lot. We played several different defenses, and we were able, once we got the lead, to get the ball reversed a lot and run some of our offensive stuff and work on things against an opponent instead of against each other. So, just thrilled with the way everybody played. Everybody that played got a rebound, and at least 2 rebounds. And everybody that played, with the exception of Leasia Wright, who had 18 the other day, everybody that played scored, and Lily only took 1 shot. So that speaks to her unselfishness. And she had 6 assists, no turnovers, and only 1 field goal attempt. So, that was exemplary of how we played the game. Olivia Cunningham with 7 assists and only 1 turnover. We met all of our goals tonight, and just happy with how we responded. And these games are just as tough to play as the ones where you're getting blown out.
So the last game, I know the big thing was extra passes, extra passes, extra passes. And this game started out extra passes, and you started creeping up on that 100-point score. And the girls kind of started, I think, they looked like they were just ready to get that 100-point. Kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think some of it's who was on the floor. We had inexperienced players on the floor at that time. I think from the time it was about 90, 92 points. We tried to let our inexperienced players, the people with less experience, play with people with experience. But at that point, it was a lot of people who haven't seen meaningful minutes at this level, and there were some nerves and some excitement about getting a shot up. Like Lexi was 1 of 7 from the 3-point line. She is a knockdown shooter. Right now, she's just a little too jacked up when she gets a chance to shoot it, and maybe some nerves. But, I thought, maybe we forced a few shots quick at that point. But a lot of it is people, this is their opportunity to get comfortable playing in the game.
You've still got to make shots. Doesn't matter who your opponent is. And the first,
Right.
First 25 minutes, you guys are shooting 70% from the field. Where's that coming from?
Just focused. We were just focused. We were, you're playing with a comfort level once you get a lead, and we jumped out in a 21-0 lead, and then everybody's real comfortable. It's just like last Friday night when Ohio made 18 threes. Once they got a lead, hey, it's pretty easy to shoot the ball. So that's part of it, and part of it is I thought we were able to maintain, for the most part. We had a couple of lulls. But we were able to maintain our focus throughout the game. And, especially that first half, everybody that went in was really dialed in. Thought we played well.
You've got some young players that are doing really well. What kinds of things are you looking, what kinds of attributes are you looking for your older girls to be leaders and to help those younger girls?
Well, they've just got to be vocal and explain to younger players what to expect. One thing players want to know, they want to know as much as possible what to expect in a game like this. And we talked a lot about, hey, you've got to go out and play hard and be focused every possession. And it really does not matter if you're up 40 points or you're down 40 or it's tied. Just stay task-oriented and focus on one possession. It's a hard thing for people to learn, but you watch the really elite teams. I've watched UConn blow a lot of people out the last several years, and you never see a player from UConn go into a game and play half speed. Whether they're up 60 and they're playing at their highest level, and that's why they're the program they are. So we've got to get our young players to get to that point, to even think about competing. Once we get into conference for a championship, we have to be able to play every possession at our best. Otherwise, you're not going to compete for championships. So we're a work in progress. We've got a long way to go. So that's the biggest thing we're trying to get from our upperclassmen right now. Just kind of show show the younger players what we have to do, because as talented as they are, they haven't been through it yet at this level, so it's different.
Coach, just talk to me a little bit about James's effort, Fox's effort, and Kirby's effort. A great solid bench player and 2 starters.
Yeah.
James is getting 20 points a game right now.
Right, and I'll tell you, she plays with a tremendous amount of energy. Her and Kiana Kirby both play as hard as anybody, you know, and James, Keyshawn, she's diving on the floor and after loose balls in practice nonstop, you know, diving into the wall if we're in the main arena, diving into the scores tables, whatever it takes. That's just the way she plays, all out all the time. Kirby's the same way, just plays extremely hard, is very aggressive, runs the floor. So they're kind of showing the way, and, you know, everybody on our team starts to feed off of that, then we'll have a chance to be good. You know, right now, everybody's not at that level yet. So what we need is for everybody to step their game up to that level from an energy standpoint. Not everybody can do what Keyshawn and James or Kiana Kirby can do, scoring the basketball. But, you know, everybody has to step up and play with that same level of energy. And Julia's been struggling a little bit. You know, she's had little minor injuries here and there that have held her back the last couple of weeks of practice going into the season. And now she's starting to get healthy. Had a good talk with her yesterday, and she's in a good place right now, and she's getting towards the point where she'll be healthy and she can really shoot the basketball. So, you know, she's just got to stay within herself and do the things she's capable of doing. And then, you know, she's coming off an injury like Kirby. She missed most of conference season last year. So she's got to get her way back into the game. And she took a big step in that direction tonight. Really did a nice job.
I know it's early, Coach, but what is it going to take for this type of offensive and defensive effort to kind of leak into the rest of the non-conference and then into the conference?
Well, I mean, we're not going to have another game like this. You know, I can promise you that. And Blackburn played hard. I give them a lot of credit. You know, and you know, they have an all-conference player in Brianna Ray, somebody who averaged a double-double last year, but she will not face Natanya Jackson and Kyra Gulich and our defense in their league. So they're going to be fine. But what we have to do is just be task-oriented and take everything, and it's cliche, but it's true. We've got to worry about each possession one at a time and just focus on, and I'm talking about simple things like the pass is made defensively, we jump to the ball. We need to focus on every task that we're supposed to accomplish and let the rest of it take care of itself. You know, and that's the only way that we can reach our potential once we get into conference.